What's up, Monster Hunter boys and girls? This is the third video of the Black Eclipse Lord's Fury build I've been working on, man. This build works within the armor set, and my purpose of this build is to always have some type of buff going on throughout the fight to ensure that I'm getting good damage always, or just, having a fun build to play with, just to make the pieces move whatever, let's have some fun. But all right, the way this build works, right? You have two pieces of Gormagala armor and you have three pieces of the Apex Monsters armor. This gives you Black Eclipse and Lord's Fury. Lord's Fury is Resuscitate. Black Eclipse makes you have Frenzy whenever you're around large monsters, right? So whenever you're having large monsters in your presence, the Frenzy will build up in a gauge above your health bar. If you see that purple gauge above your health bar, you're contracting Frenzy. While you see that gauge, you will have plus 10 Resuscitate attack power. Resuscitate will activate on the side of your screen or something. You will see that it says it's active whenever you have that purple bar above your health gauge. Now, if you pair that with antivirus, you will eventually overcome the frenzy state, and then you will lose that attack power, but you will gain a plus 15 affinity boost if you have it to level 3. So whenever I lose the attack boost, I get an affinity boost, right? So the purpose of this build is to always remain in a constant state of buffs, whether I'm afflicted with an ailment or whether I'm overcoming an ailment, right? Now, I have it worked into the armor, but you can also receive ailments from the monsters or their environment that will also trigger the resuscitate beyond the frenzy state. But whenever you overcome that, you get the affinity boost from antivirus. Now, I want to expand beyond that in this test, and I want to add Coalescence. With Coalescence, whenever you overcome an ailment, you receive a status or element boost. Now, with that, I will have two buffs for overcoming the frenzy state. And now whenever that builds back up, I'll get resuscitate again, right? Now I had a few more jewel slots and things available with this build too. So I just tested something that I didn't test previously in my first two videos. And in my first two videos, if you haven't watched them, man, I used burst in this variation, and then the second I used foray. Uh so you can go refer to those to see the data and things I got for that. They were good builds. It's just for the optimal output of damage and just being buffed, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to play with some other skills to see just what felt better. So in this one though, so now I will have Coalescence and now I will have Resuscitate, and I had a few skills left, so I added Flayer. I wanted to see that if with Flayer would I be able to do more damage by creating more wounds versus just doing raw damage from like burst or getting the extra attack and affinity from foray or something, right? Because those are like I have to attack for burst, and for foray it's temporary. It's like, oh, whenever that trigger build up, then yeah, then I get the attack. Now I want to see if I had just created more wounds and pop more wounds on the monster, would that do better damage, or would that be a better, you know, more fun experience? So that's what we're working on, and it's the same constants as the first two videos. I was doing the event quest at the time. It was a Rathian, and I'm going to hunt that Rathian with the same insect glaive, which is paralyzed La Barina glaive, and then I'm also going to use my poison. I believe it's a Rompopolo charge blade, right? And we're going to test it out on these monsters and see how it hits, man. I'm going to record the data through the fight as best as I can to see the numbers and things and how it's hitting, and just overall watch the hunt and see, watch the damage. You know what I'm saying? And if you like this type of content, or you've been liking this series or this build, man, leave a like on this video and sub to the Jet Setters Gaming channel for more Jet Setters Gaming content. I also have that layer armor drip for you. You know what I'm saying? So if you need to to drip your hunter out. You tired of looking like the same old regular schmegler. You want to stand out, man. You can refer to those layer armor builds on the page as well, man, for the
Fade.
drip. Now I ain't gonna hold y'all no
Commencement
more. I'm gonna
lesson
get
1.
into these
Are you prepared?
hunts. So man, y'all stay tuned for that and enjoy the video.
She does
Hey,
tons.
we can
Collects
talk
items.
about the results in the comments.
Hang on tight. Don't get shaken off.
You did it! The hunt is on!
Let's have another hunt with no surprises today.
There are a lot of monsters there.
There! That's our target!
Terrain there! I think we can use it in combat! Do your thing, Flayer. Leave this to me. Heels inbound. Leave this to me. Heels inbound. trapped. Got it on the ground. That's my partner.
All right, that was the third variation test we did. Flayer with Coalescence. As you can see, the Coalescence kicked in and I got great status and element buildup, especially for the insect glaive. The insect glaive, I feel like this build worked more because it's more attack. So the flare really showed up in the insect glaive versus the charge blade. But overall, as the build and being able to carry two weapons, it was successful. Um, there was a lot of damage done with the popping of the wounds and creating the wounds or just attacking the wounds. You know what I'm saying? Over versus like burst in a video one where you get a lot of raw attack damage just for fighting and it stacks and it stacks. So that went crazy. But with all the wounds as well, you could pop all those wounds for all those extra damage exploits as well. So I like that. I like both of those over the second build being foray uh, variation where I will only get those great moments when only I had a status build up. So this variation and the first variation, I feel like are are really fun to play with either way you want to slice it. Tell me what you think in the comments about the variations. If you haven't caught the videos, you can refer to the playlist and there's a variation one where I did burst with this build. There's a variation two where I did a foray focus version of this build, and then this is version three where I did coalescence and flare in order to just add on to me being buffed. You know, the basis of this build was to be buffed at all times. So I achieved that and I had a good time doing the hunts. Definitely better with the insect glaive. I will also say, yeah, man, stay tuned for the last and final build. So I'm going to put everything I like from these test variations into this build, and then that will be the final build that I would like to play with. And I'll drop that video for you guys. Leave a like, comment for more Jet Setters gaming content. Just subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and subscribe for your boy. I need that. But yeah, man, hope you enjoyed the video and stay tuned.